Hi, I'm Chris from Tame Bay, and I'm here today with Neil from Tophatter. So, Neil, some of our readers may not know Tophatter. What are you? What do you do?
Okay, well, thanks for bringing us on the show, so to speak. Good to be here. Tophatter's one of the fastest growing marketplaces out of the US. So it's 5 years old, recently launched its app in the UK, and has also rolled out a series of other vertical apps with specific product categories. Has 10 million downloads of those apps across the UK and across Europe, and it's a multi-product auction site.
So it's an auction site, but when you say it's app, does that mean it's a mobile site?
Yeah, mobile site as well as a desktop. Yeah.
So you can buy on the desktop, but a lot of consumers will buy on a mobile app.
Yeah, nearly all consumers are mobile, using the mobile apps. Yeah.
And the auction site most people would immediately think about is eBay.
Yeah.
How do Tophatter differentiate themselves? What do they do differently?
Yeah, well, I mean, they've sort of taken that traditional eBay model that was an eBay stretched over quite a long period of time and squeezed it down to 90 seconds. So if you go on the homepage of Tophatter, there's at any one time 40 or 50 different products, all part of this gamified multi-product auction homepage. And they're all 90-second auctions which people are bidding on. And so, Chris, I might be bidding against you, and we might be bidding against someone else. So there's an aspect of gamification and kind of winning that bid as well.
So it's an auction site, but did you just say that the auctions only last 90 seconds?
Yeah, 90 seconds, and after 90 seconds, each of those products gets replaced. So the product listing, which is curated based on once you're signed in as a shopper and as a customer that sort of regularly uses the site, you'll see a curated list of those auctions in front of you, and they're all replaced at any one time, and it's going 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
So I can hear all of our retailers behind the camera sitting there saying, 90 seconds, how am I going to get any bids? I mean, is there enough customers to actually make sure that I get bids and I actually get a price that's a realistic price?
Yep, so I said there's sort of 10 million downloads of the apps already. There's millions and millions of customers that are using it every day. The traditional, the traditional time spent on normal marketplaces is quite low. You've got about 17 minutes a day of consumers regularly using the Tophatter app and their other apps as well. So there's a very engaged audience, and they're continually coming back because it's very easy to dip in and out of quick auction, buy something, and during your lunch hour over a coffee. So that sort of gamification aspect that I mentioned earlier on is an intrinsic part of engaging consumers in those auctions.
So would I be right in thinking that this might not be the site to sell my Learjet on, but there's specific types of product that it would work really well? Maybe not high-end antiques, but you tell me, what sort of products do work well?
Well, it's probably worth saying that all products start at £1, or in the US $1, and that's something that has actually seen the average selling price increase, because the lower the auctions start, the higher normally the checkout price. So if I can sell your Learjet starting at $1, and you'd be happy for me to do that, you'll probably see your average basket size go up to about $30, and that's the sort of average checkout price, and that's what, £25, £26.
So ideally I'm looking for products in the £20 to £30.
Yeah. And coming back to your category question, it's typically costume jewellery, fast fashion items, wearables, consumer electronics, low price point tech, and refurbished phones and laptops and iPads and that kind of product. Yeah. Probably. What I should say as well, although there is that auction site and that gamification sort of 40 products on the homepage, there is also what's called a buy now function, which is a traditional marketplace that sits behind that. Right. So if you actually want to go on and buy your Learjet at full price, you can do that as well.
Yeah. So as a consumer, how do I approach the site? Do I just come to the site and look at what's on the homepage and decide, no, I don't want that, but I'll bid on that one? Or is there some kind of search functionality? How do consumers use the site?
So the homepage, as I say, has all those auction sites, and then the marketplace then sits behind it. So you can search for items on that what's called that buy now marketplace, and that's a full price traditional marketplace model. And then on the homepage, you've got this continually changing inventory of those fast selling categories, so jewellery and consumer electronics
what
and
sort
tech.
of split is there between, if you know, how many people buy on auction, how many buy fixed price?
Yeah, it's about 75-25 in favour of the auction, because a lot of people are dipping in, looking at some auctions, bidding on them, coming back out, going back in again later on. So it's very much a kind of see now, buy now model. And then those people that want a slightly more, maybe slower checkout time are then going on the marketplace
So
as well.
probably unlike other marketplaces, auctions are still alive and kicking on Tophatter, and
Yep.
that is the main method of selling.
Yeah,
so.
absolutely. Yeah. And from a seller perspective, most of the, I guess, big sellers, because when we talk about the site, you tend to get the impression this might be small sellers turning over a few items here and there. They're professional e-commerce sellers. They've got up to 500, 600,000 products selling throughout the year. They're doing 10 to 15 million GMV a year as well. So it's really for volume sellers that are used to marketplaces, but this is obviously a slightly different business model.
So this isn't for the casual seller necessarily?
No, not at all. No.
So as a retailer, a couple of things I need to know is like, how do I get started and what are the costs?
Yeah. Okay. So from a cost perspective, there's a $1 fee on every sort of auction lot, as it were, plus a commission, and that commission then varies by category. And then to sign up, you can come to tophatter.com. We're the UK office of the site, so we can help you get set up on the seller centre and understand some of the, I guess, go-to-market strategies. So they've just launched an opportunity for new sellers called the $1 Million Seller Trial. So that's helping new sellers onboard quickly. It's zero commission for a month, for 30 days. And then if there are any items that you check out on, so lots that go through to auction that don't reach your desired cost price or checkout price, any difference is then made up by Tophatter. So they're essentially paying you the difference. So zero commission and obviously full refund of any losses on products for those 30 days.
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
So how do I qualify for this $1 million trial? Is it a trial? Is that the right
Well, it's
thing?
called the $1 Million Seller Trial. Yeah, it's aimed at being able to help sellers quickly come on board, ramp up their number of SKUs, understand the system, understand the seller centre, and then sort of take it from there.
And how do I get enrolled on that?
So you come to us. We can help you get on board, access to the seller centre, set your account up.
I contact you at
Yep. So I'm Neil at pivot.international. We're the UK offices of Tophatter.
Neil at pivotinternational.com.co.uk.
Pivot.international.
Pivot.international.
Yep.
So if you're interested in selling on Tophatter, Neil at pivot.international. Ask about the $1 Million Seller Trial, because that sounds pretty good. Zero fees for a month, and if you make a loss, then Tophatter will cover the loss.
Yep.
That sounds like a bit of a no-brainer. So thank you for your time, Neil.
No problem. Thanks, Chris.